What's good, everybody? What's going on? Happy Sunday. Hope that everybody is doing good, staying safe, taking care of yourself. Oh man, y'all, we have been working, oh man, like a slave, and we hate to even say that, but finally, long story short, got our license and stuff back. So now we working on getting a vehicle. For those that do not know, we mentioned this a few times here on the Queen Candy Podcast that we do DoorDash on the side. So we basically doing that just to, pay bills, do what we got to do. You know, it has its good and bad sides, but overall, and this is just us, I ain't speaking for nobody else. It's easier than working a 9 to 5. It's more flexible. We can work when we want, make as much as we want, and when we get our own car, it's gonna be a whole lot easier. Our husband been so patient, man, whole 9 yards. We've been sharing a vehicle, doing everything we can, and our lives the greatest. Everything is still good. Like we say all the time, we've seen worse. So we're not complaining. We know we're gonna have to deal with things along the way in life, and our focus is staying positive and keeping things together. But welcome you guys to another episode of the Queen Candy Podcast on our Sunday Positivity Talk. So basically, when November comes around, you guys, and we're getting ready to wrap up season 4 of the Queen Candy Podcast, we kind of just in November do a recap of the year, you know, all the craziness, all the madness that's going on, but things are still beautiful, and just keeping things like we just said a minute ago, keeping things together. And some days, oh boy, it's better than others, y'all. We ain't finna lie, we tired. We tired. We know our body is tired, but we definitely get rest whenever we can. Just to give ourselves a little energy and stay awake and do everything that we need to do. But we know, being an entrepreneur, podcast, radio, producing, everything we got going on, getting everything off the ground, it's gonna take some hours. And there are not enough hours in the day to do what we do. We know y'all probably know. We know y'all know, if anybody that does a podcast, radio, you got a full-time job, so you got wife, kids, husband, kids. We know y'all already know, so y'all can relate to what we're talking about. But like we said, this season, and we talked about it a little bit last week, has been different. Like we said, we wrapping up season 4 of the Queen Candy Podcast, and with all the moving, all the changes, all the family drama, baby daddy drama, all that crap we really don't want to deal with, because we don't deal well with drama. That's why we love following Islam so much. It's the truth, and it's helped us to find so much peace and just calmness. And we wish we knew this. We say this all the time. We wish we knew this years ago. We never would have entertained half the stuff we did. We acted the way we did. Now we know stupid people don't require a reaction. They don't need one. We just as stupid, acting all ghetto and ratchet, and I'm gonna prove to you, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Nah. So like we said, dealing with all that, it's just helped us to forced us, we should say, to start being positive and just, do you. So what, you messed up in the past, and this stuff we still put in our own head. People like to bring up your past and remind you of it. And it's just, we learning more and more, like, there are evil, angry, mean, and hateful people out here. And a lot of them are people we know. So like we said, dealing with that, it almost threw us off our focus majorly. Almost made us question ourselves and doubt ourselves, and we do the little pity party thing, which we're not a fan of, because we're not a victim. We refuse never to feel like a victim ever again. And we never were back then when we were dead. Um, We just accepted and ignored a lot of behavior around us that we shouldn't have, and we didn't know better. But almost threw us off. Almost. Keyword. We had to sit here, especially we want to say these past few months. We had to really keep pushing. That's what we kept telling ourselves. We know you don't feel like it. This probably ain't your day. Somebody gonna do something on purpose. Cause like we said, people are evil. But you gotta rise above. It's not necessarily saying that what they did is right. We know they did wrong. But you have to, not that you have to prove anything to anybody, but you just be the bigger person. Treat them how they treat you, of course, but you ain't got to deal with them. Have them in your life, none of that. And dealing with all that this year and just the thoughts we had, and we had to snap out of it. It's like we have, it's probably going to sound crazy, like conversations in our head, because we kind of check ourselves and grade ourselves every day, because we know Allah is doing that as well. So we very mindful now more than ever of how we speak, how we talk, how we carry ourselves, sit down, bend over, squat, whatever. Even how we look when we go outside. It's freezing up here right now, so yeah, we in sweatpants and stuff, but we definitely more mindful of how we carry ourselves and how we talk now. And like we said, we're human. We still gonna mess up and make mistakes, but learn from it, move forward. That's one of the things we had to remind ourselves of, like, let it go. You already know what they think about you anyway. What we fear and that keyword fear, that's a no. What we put in our head, the worst scenario we think can happen, sometimes never happens. And even if it does, it somehow still works itself out. It's crazy. Just like yesterday, like we said, we do DoorDash. We have been working to pay our cell phone bill, and then it already got paid. We called our husband, and we both on the phone like, how did this happen? And it just happened out the blue. We wasn't expecting it, and this was 24 hours after we got kicked in the nuts, and we don't even have nuts. That's how ironic it is. Um, we figured it was something from Allah, so we just said, all praise be to Allah, Fine by Elijah Muhammad. Allah's the greatest. We didn't question it or nothing, but it's just things like that happen. It's crazy. And we had to check ourselves. Do you know you done forgot who you are? You done forgot all the power you have. You done forgot the strength you have, the determination, the focus. We can go down the list because of some insignificant people that never loved you or cared about you. Yeah, you made your mistakes. Yeah, you messed up. You were stupid. All ghetto, ratchet, cussing, all that. Because you need to prove yourself. People, they're going to see your worth. They're going to respect you. We saw it so many times that was never going to happen. And we ignored it. And this is just one of the many things we have been putting in our own head over the past couple weeks. And we had to be like, no, baby, you're not there anymore. Stop. Stop torturing yourself. So what? You ain't successful as the next person. You still doing it. You're not in competition. You're not in no recognition and no rank with nobody. You keep doing what you're doing. You know what you need to do now. Let's put this plan in motion. What are we going to do? Are we going to keep sitting here complaining, feeling sorry for ourselves, which is something we know. We ain't got to think. We know that's weakness. Yeah, people do you wrong. They hurt you. They lie to you, manipulate you. We can go down the list with that too. But you're not a victim. Only if you allow yourself to be. It's really all in your head, in your mental. That's where it starts. Everything starts with a thought. You don't say nothing out your mouth unless that thought pops in your head. You don't have that emotion, whether it's good or bad, whether you're feeling great or this is like the day from hell. None of that is without a thought. So that's where it starts at. And that's where we had to check ourselves. No, we're not doing this. You done survived, still kept everything pushing with everything you've been dealing with, and we got a story. You still maintaining, you still putting out content, you still doing your truth, your life, your story. You ain't gotta be in competition. Just keep changing, keep growing, keep doing things different, put yourself out there. And we had to realize, let's put ourselves out there, let's make some connections. We ain't gotta be, loud and rambunctious and act all crazy. Just be professional, be a businesswoman, a sister captain, wife of a minister, mother. You keep doing everything you need to do, and everything is going to fall in line. Patience, perseverance, things like that. And it's really a lot more simpler than we made out to be. We made out to be so complicated. We in our head thinking, oh, it got to come from somebody else. That's what we thought, that it had to come from somebody else. And for those that have heard our show before, y'all have heard us use the words self-esteem, self-acceptance, self-confidence, self-love. All these things, what they got in common, they start with self. If you have people, like we said before, in your life that support you, got your back, your day one, they're 100, keep it real, they ain't gonna backstab you, none of that, cool. That's beautiful. Keep them around. But a lot of us don't have that. So, you know, it is what it is, really, with that. But a lot of people, they don't have them intentions. They selfish. They're about themselves. And they will destroy you any way, shape, or form. And to keep it real, it's very, very sad. But this is just a few of the things we dealt with. And now we're like, this gonna be the last time. We done said that before too. This gonna be the last time. Nope. We got into our little thoughts, our brain, it happens again. We allow people to have power over us. And a lot of times we really don't realize it. Everything that happened with us this year, the past 2 years, our whole life has changed. And we've been going through and dealing with a lot um past 2 3 years. And like we said, it can be a lot worse. We had to wake up. You forgot. Now it's time to remember. Let's pull ourselves up. We got our game plan. Of course, we talk to Allah about it. We pray to Him. And, whatever is in His will, because it's not really about us. His plans are always different. It's going to happen. We go into everything with the purest of intentions, because nothing we do is really for our own benefit anyway. Yeah, we want to have nice things, cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But we want to get it the right way. That's it. That's all. And help other people. Like we said, that's why one of the main reasons why we're not in no competition with nobody and what they do. Because we're on a whole different mission. We're on a whole different assignment. And we want to share our story and the things that we deal with and go through and be a leader and hope to inspire, however remote, however small it may be, you know, just in any way, shape, or form. We love everything we do. We know we say we tired, but we love everything we do. We can do it our own way. We have people comment on our videos and stuff, and we want to say, yeah, we don't have to do things the way other people do them. If you want to network with us, connect with us, that's cool. If not, we don't take it personal anymore. We in our own lane, our own focus, doing us. And we doing it under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teachings. One of the other things we love. And we're just going to continue to do that. Like we always say, we are a beautifully flawed mess and we love it because there's always room for improvement. Always. If you want to. That's the major thing. And like we said, especially this year, especially this season of our podcast, it's been definitely a challenge. We really did not know. We didn't say this to anybody. It's our first time saying this out loud. We really didn't know if we were going to make it through the whole season. You know, we just had dealing with so much depression and weakness and all that. We had to know you're stronger than that. You're better than that. You're smarter than that. You're beautiful. You matter. Your dreams ain't no waste. You hold on to them tight. Because some days, that's all we ever had. One day, we're going to get there. We don't need no war. We don't need to be in no top 10. We don't need to be on no network. We don't need none of that. We need to follow the blueprint. Not under Yaqub, under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teachings. We follow that blueprint. That's it. That's all. And like we say, we're not saying nothing against nobody else and what they follow and what they believe in. This is just us. Our journey, our story, and we want to share it with you all. And, you know, connect with like-minded people and just, we just keep it real. That's why it's Sunday Positivity Talk. It's kind of like a recap of our whole week and everything we go through. And, you know, we've been dealing with a lot. Like we said, we don't share too much of our personal story. But, yeah, how is anybody going to know? We can't tell people nothing without sharing our personal story. That's the crazy part. Oh, man. But yes, you guys, we are doing a recap in November of the Queen Candy podcast. I'm about to take our first break. Just go through the whole year, reflect, chit chat, run our mouth, you know, the whole 9 yards, and share with you guys our experience, everything that's been going on. And we about to wrap up at the end of November, wrap up season 4. We're really excited about it. Like we said, once again, Allah is the greatest. And we're going to be back in January to start season 5 with a whole lot of changes. We ain't going to tell y'all, of course, for those that are following us and really pay attention to what we have going on, you'll notice them. Because trust us, they're going to be very different. Very different, y'all. So what we finna do, you guys, is take our first little break. Stop running our mouth for a minute. Play some music. And we will be back on the Queen Candy Podcast on another episode of our Sunday Positivity Talk. All right, y'all. Just like that, we are back on the Queen Candy Podcast on another edition of our Sunday Positivity Talk. And once again, you guys, we just pretty much doing a recap of our whole year. Oh man, all the drama, everything that's been going on. And season 4, we about to wrap up in the November once again, and we're gonna take a break. We observe Ramadan in the month of December, according to what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches. So we will not be on any platform, any social media, just to give you guys a heads up. We will not even be logged in. So if anybody needs to reach us, if you ain't got our personal info, yeah, you probably gonna have to wait till January if you can holler at us again. So this is gonna be a time to focus on studying, teaching, training, and that's when we take our break from doing our podcast and radio anyway. And it's been crazy because we started out doing radio when we lived in Atlanta for about 14 months. So we got the know-how and the experience on how to do that. Took a break, transition, went over to doing podcasting, and flash forward now, we in season 4 of our podcast, and we decided, hey, let's go back to doing radio. Gonna have some changes with that as well in January. Let's go back to doing radio. So we are now in the first season of our radio show, which we'll be taking a break from that um December and come back in January, of course. So we're gonna kind of put a pause on that. So we'll still be in season 1 of our radio show when we come back in January because we just started, so it wouldn't make sense to just us have a short season, and we're just gonna take a break from that. So we're just gonna pause that. But yeah, you guys, constantly have to check ourselves. Constantly have to remind ourselves of who we are, and it's every day. You know, we said before the break, we allow people to have power over us, especially when it comes down to using our kids. And that's the main reason, yeah, we finna say why black people, we can't co-parent. Why our people can't. We too busy in emotion, what we want the other person to do, and if they don't, we gonna make their life a living hell and all that crap. And who winds up suffering in the end? Kids. Because 2 grown adults, and it's so sad, can't even be civil and communicate. And we had to cut both off. We was just like, y'all, like we said, made it very, very clear. F you, we don't care about you, we don't give a damn about you. We're gonna treat you how we want to treat you, and then when you react, we're gonna treat you like the bad guy. Because people are so weak, they can dish out pain and heartache and suffering, but they can't take it. So, like we said, that's one of the many things we've been dealing with since leaving Florida. Hit the fan this year. People, they doing everything. This was the other distraction we was dealing with. Everything in their power to pull us back to being ignorant, ratchet, ghetto, acting like a nigga, and explaining ourselves, defending ourselves, arguing, cussing, baby talk, as we call it, and stooping to their level instead of rising above and showing them you're not gonna get to me. You can do whatever you need to do, but I'm gonna stay here. And that's pretty much where we at. So many times we like gave in. So many times we got weak and was like, well, I don't want him to be mad at me. Or, I can always do this later. Or, I'll just try to do it and be, sneaky and don't say nothing. We couldn't win either way. We could not win either way. And before we realized it, like, how did we get here? How did all this happen? Because we allowed it. You know what we're saying? Doing modeling, doing music, getting in the radio, doing podcasting, everything we're doing now. We could have probably been a lot farther along. But does that really matter at this point? Like we said, yeah, we proud of ourselves. We've had so many obstacles over the past couple years. Been homeless, bounced from spot to spot. Now we stable. Dealing with our kids. No good men we had no business being with. And it makes us sick to our stomach to this day. Like, what did we ever see in you? We had to be lonely and dumb as hell to hook up with you. Huge, horrible decisions we ever made. If we were to ever see them again, we'd probably throw up. It ain't even got nothing to do with a grudge. We ain't mad, but you disgusting to me now. We don't have any love for you. Do your life, do you, whatever. But yeah, so many people try to do that. Throw us off, pull us back. Can't stand to see us succeed. As black people, it's so sad. It's wrong for everybody. Whether you cool with working a 9 to 5 or you want to be an entrepreneur, don't let nobody ever tell you what you can and cannot do. Don't let nobody do that. They don't have that kind of power over you. It ain't got nothing to do with them. It wasn't no group meeting. You know what we saying? Um, it was a one-on-one. Same thing with us. And we gonna do this. We allowed it one too many times, and that's on us. One of the many things we do blame myself for, did blame myself for, because it's done. That's why we say that. It's done now. There's nothing we can do about it. One thing, there's nothing we can do about the past, but there's one thing we can do, and that's move forward. Keep looking towards the future. Whomever, whatever is in your past is there. One of the many things we had to tell ourselves, let it go. Yeah, it hurt you. You'll be damned if you broken, but you learned a lesson from it. We done got burned majorly. Surprised we don't. Oh, wait, take that back. We do have scars. Some that were done to us and one we did to ourselves when we really got low and weak. But we just tell ourselves, it's like we say in our head, no more. No more, no more, no more. We don't want you in our life no more. You don't give a damn about us. You don't want to help us. None of that. We don't want you there. You can't support us, root for us. Even if you don't agree with what we do, threaten us, bully us, causing us any kind of emotional turmoil and depression and sadness. I don't want you in my life. You can take that however personal you want, but we done been hurt and been through too much. And that's what we forgot. The strength we had to pull ourselves up out of too many. Some we never should have been in. Too many dark places. Feeling like we wasn't worthy or good enough, or if I do this, they'll like me, or let me please them. No. No more. We don't want you in our life. You don't deserve to be there. Our kids kind of get a free pass. They're our kids. So we have to deal with them regardless. We got one that's already 19 and the other one is going to be 18 tomorrow. So we will have two grown kids still there if they ever need us. That's who we have to be there for. That's who you have to be there for. You have to live your life and we got to live ours. And we tired of living it under people's thumb, on pins and needles, scared, having that fear. No more. This is what we're going to do. This is where Allah has us. And we know, finally, we are exactly where we need to be. Screw to doing what we want to do. We have them thoughts sometimes. We like to go out and enjoy ourselves, whatnot. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But we're on a whole different path now. So like we said, we don't care who we got to fight. Family, mom, sister, baby, daddy, ex, whomever. We not moving until he tells us to. That's it. That's all. And we're going down in January. I think we said this already, but we're going to be a grandmother to be there for our daughter when she has her first child. So this is going to be very, very interesting. Everything we've done, the amount of growth we've shown since being up here in Chicago, everything we've been studying, teaching, is really going to be interesting. because we left as Lashika, which was our slave name, before converting over to Islam, waking up and reclaiming our own. Now we're going back as Manima, Muhammad, whole different person. So we know we're gonna run into somebody. We know we're gonna see somebody, and we will not be the same. Yeah, a lot of it has to do with pain, all the heartache and stress and things that we went through, but the other half will be because we changed, because we've grown. And at first it was like, well, what if they don't accept us? What if they don't like us? Oh, well, then we'll know where we stand. But we know and remind ourselves all the time, you're not alone. And we don't mean our husband. We mean Master Fard Muhammad, to whom we praise forever. That will be Allah in the flesh and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We're never alone. As long as we following them, we're never alone. As long as we represent them, we're never alone. We're not immune to things happening to us or people saying things to us. In fact, we are public enemy number one because we following the teachers and we following Islam. And we don't want to be stupid and blind, deaf, and dumb anymore. We actually want to save our life, which we do. And we have. But like we said, this is a personal decision. Not trying to influence nobody, none of that. This is just our story, simple and plain. But, dealing with all that, it almost had an effect. Like we said, this season has been eventful. Almost came close to quitting. Why am I not as good as them? Is my content worth watching? I'm not doing what they doing. Okay, whatever. Keep doing what you're doing. We sitting here doubting ourselves, questioning ourselves, worry about what people gonna do. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. We can only hope that we reunite with our kids and see our family. If not, we're not forcing nothing with anybody, not even relationships. We're not forcing all kind of friendships or anything with anybody that don't want it. And we definitely not doing that with an ex. Nope. Not doing that at all. We ain't even cool. Don't get us wrong. We ain't holding no grudge, but we don't forget. And we we don't know if this ever gonna happen. We don't. But if we ever were to seeing them again and they just roll up on us, hey, how you doing? We cannot promise we're not gonna look at them like, are you serious? Boy, we ain't cool. Why you want up on me like that? Oh, I thought that I just wanted to come over and say, hey, why? You hurt me. You broke my heart. We ain't cool. Have a good day. Damn. That's how they gonna walk off. Mm-mm. You don't get to hurt us, especially when our intentions were pure. They were 100, and you intentionally lied and hurt us and talked down to us. Don't run up on us like we cool. We don't forget. Call it whatever you want to call it. Well, she's still mad. She got attitude. Okay. We don't want you in our life. We don't. We're gonna treat you how you treat us. And like we said, we don't forget. So wow, it's we would say it's sad, but I think we use that word a million times, but that would be an understatement of how people just don't care, but they want you to care about them. That makes absolutely no sense at all. Um, we had to, we about to take our next break, y'all. We really had to wake the hell up. It was like enough is enough. You have it in you. You gotta push yourself. All that power, that motivation, the uh, thoughts we have in our brain about, we brainstorming different things we want to do. We got the talent, we have the drive, we got the focus, and we're gonna keep doing this on our own path, our own way, and that's it. Um, why do you keep holding yourself back? Because, like we said, we were allowing people to have power over us and control us from states away. No more. We're not. We are stronger and better than that. And we have to pull ourselves up out of a dark place to realize that we are powerful. We are strong. We are fearless. We are beautiful. We are talented enough in our own right. Strong enough, good enough, bold enough, unique enough, smart enough, successful, and kind enough. We don't have to be like everybody else. And we will not live our life or do anything that other people want us to do. It's insignificant and irrelevant. We are happy and we deserve it. We are driven and focused, and our time will come. As long as we don't quit. And we will not. We have too much in us, and we have to help people, inspire them, motivate them, save their life, and show them a different way. So this is way bigger than somebody petty jealousy feelings. All the jealousy is way bigger than that. And that's it. All right, you guys, what we're going to do is take our next break, play some more music for you guys, and we will be back on the Queen Candy Podcast on another episode of our Sunday Positivity Talk. We are wrapping up November, you guys, about to close out season 4 of the Queen Candy Podcast. So we're just doing a recap of the whole year. Oh man, all the craziness that's been going on. And when we come back, we're going to wrap that up and end another show. So we will be back, you guys. Stay tuned. All right, y'all. And just like that, we are back on the Queen Candy Podcast on another episode of our Sunday Positivity Talk. Okay, y'all. So we're just going to run our mouth a few more minutes, give y'all a little pearls of wisdom, if you will, social media, and we're going to go ahead and wrap it up and get out of here. So to sum it all up, you guys, and like we said, we're gonna be talking about this throughout the month of November. Once again, getting ready to close out season 4 of the Queen Candy Podcast. So just doing a recap throughout the whole month. So y'all probably gonna hear us say some repetitive things throughout the month of November, just recapping the season 4, all the guests we've had, everything that's gone on the past year, changes, and let you guys know what we have coming up, of course. So, with all that being said, like we said, y'all, this season has been one we're going to remember for a while. A lot of tests, a lot of trials, a lot of tribulations, came close to giving up, but still kept doing our show, putting out content, getting up, going to work, dealing with our personal struggles, personal issues, so on and so forth, and still kept things maintaining. So that's been crazy. And like we said, we've been pushed to the limit, we feel like, and now we're at it. So, like we said, we've been making changes and been, persevering, but now we finna go like full force. So when we wrap up season 4, we're gonna be changing a lot of things in December, um, getting ready for January. So better have our show format, whole game plan, everything. We don't want to say too much, but we're excited about all the brainstorming and changes we're gonna be making on that side. And of course, in our personal life, continue to just motivate ourselves, push ourselves, do better, check ourselves daily and, love ourselves, take care of ourselves, take care of our hair, skin, it'll take care of us, do simple things, drink water, meditate, stay away from negative people that don't want to help, motivate, promote, that don't have good intentions, period. If you can't stand us or you hate us, we would prefer for you to stay wherever you at. We're not gonna bother nobody, and none of that. So we happy and we not dealing with no more drama, hearsay at this point ever in our life. And to sum it all up, that'll be our advice to you guys. Anyone that's out there dealing with that, keep doing what you're doing. If your time hasn't come yet, it's coming. We tell ourselves that, be patient, just keep going, motivate yourself, pat yourself on the back, be proud of whatever accomplishments you've made. And like we said, main thing, just love yourself. That's what we're doing. And we have no apologies about it. So that's it. That's all. Okay, so with all that being said, you guys, thank you so much. And we did have somebody comment. Who is this? Our sister, the G family. Hello, sis. We don't know if you're still in the room or not, but thank you for coming through. She been a real big support as well, you guys. So we made sure we respond to any comments that anybody makes. Of course, we said, "Hey, sis, how you doing?" So definitely make sure we respond. Anybody that comes through and shows, any kind of support whatsoever. So with all that being said, you guys, thank you to everybody for joining in. We got somebody here on Twitch. Please feel free to comment, you guys. You come in the room, positive comments only. You are welcome to comment, share. Let's get more people in here. And that's something we're gonna be working on for January as well. So with all that being said, you guys, you can follow us on Facebook, our Instagram, LinkedIn, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel under the Queen Candy Podcast. You can catch the Queen Candy Podcast on any podcast streaming platform: Apple, Spotify, Google, Amazon, Good Pod, and the list goes on and on. Any podcast streaming platform, type in the Queen Candy Podcast, and you can check us out. And you can also check us this and every Sunday on our Sunday Positivity Talk, every Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m. live, spreading positivity, motivation. And once again, you guys can follow us on all platforms. So with all that being said, you guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Of course, chill for a minute. Get out here and get our DoorDash on. Y'all be safe. Take care of yourself. And thank you, you guys, once again. And we'll talk to y'all next week. Have a good one.